Cowboy Bob Orton steps in the RCW ring and teams with Dick Brody against Douglas O'Shea and Brady Shadows, the Foreign Solution, Oakley Lindsay Center this Saturday.
Hello everyone, welcome to this episode of The Guido Goes Off. As always, I thank you folks for watching, and once again, I would like to send out a special thank you. On the show, we have reached a milestone. We have 80 subscribers. Thank you very much to everyone that subscribes to this channel. I can't stress how important this is and how much I appreciate it. Now, of course, if you're watching this and have yet to subscribe to the channel, as always, please join the few but faithful and subscribe to the channel, and I hope you enjoy the show. Well, I'm going to get into the big subject that happened Sunday night, besides how bad Extreme Rules was. That being that WWE made the announcement that Hulk Hogan has been reinstated into the WWE Hall of Fame, as was well reported a couple years ago, or a few years ago. As we know, Hulk Hogan had a private tape leaked by Gawker. In part of that, he is talking about this guy that his daughter Brooke, thank you phone, is dating, happened to be a person of color, and he expressed his displeasure in this using racial slurs. There was, of course, a huge backlash because of this, because, let's face facts, you shouldn't be using racial slurs. And I'm not just talking about celebrity, I'm talking anybody. It's not right. We shouldn't hate on anyone. I mean, literally anyone. But as we know, this tape was leaked by Gawker. It cost Hogan a huge blow to his reputation. There was this huge backlash. Of course, WWE had to respond, and they did so by eliminating him from the Hall of Fame. Well, apparently, as we know, there have been talks between WWE and Hulk Hogan, and the decision was made on Sunday to reinstate him into the WWE Hall of Fame. Now, before we get into this part, none of us can deny Hulk Hogan's contributions to not only WWE, but to professional wrestling as a whole. You know, him bringing mainstream popularity to professional wrestling in the 80s, coming over to WCW, making that brand, exposing that brand, and making it to where it was a contender with WWE for quite some time during the Monday Night Wars. But again, you know, I can't stress this enough, all the good things you do, one instance like this can destroy a reputation. We have seen this on many, many occasions now. You know, incidents of one instance, one statement, one bad decision, destroying people's not only reputations, but also their careers, their livelihoods. I mean, there are many examples of, you know, this, like Don Imus and Paula Dean, even up to just earlier this week as well, John Shatner, the founder of Papa John's, who used a racial slur in a conference call. Now, if we're grading that, it's okay. You know, Hogan talking shit about his daughter's girlfriend, or his daughter's boyfriend, in his own home, where a camera happens to be rolling, well, that's bad. Papa John using a racial slur in a professional environment where you have to get, where you need to get along with everybody, where Everybody is working toward the common goal of being successful, no matter what the race and creed and religion and sexual orientation. I believe that's worse. I honestly believe that's worse, because that is basically saying, we're welcoming to everybody except you people. But of course, really, there should be no grades on this. No, we all know the story after the fact. As Hogan's reputation was ruined, losing the WWE Hall of Fame, being defamed and all that. As we know, Hogan sued Gawker, won an $80 million settlement because of it. And now it looks to me that what Hogan is trying to do now, he's trying to move on with his life. And he was backstage at Extreme Rules. He gave a heartfelt speech, looking for forgiveness from the current crop of WWE talent. From what has been reported, the response has been mostly positive. I know there are some detractors. Not many have come out and said it outright, but it's well known Titus O'Neil did like a couple of comments on the Instagram posts of Hogan's reinstatement that were quite negative. And yet, on the other side of that coin, we have Mark Henry talking with TMZ Sports, where they talked about this, and Henry basically said, if he's willing to change, I'm willing to help. Nothing about it is right. And to be honest, there's a lot of people who have gotten a lot of trouble with things that were supposed to be private that became public. The list can go on, whether these pictures are real or have been faked, as there have been leaks of, supposed leaks of pictures of celebrities that are out and out fakes, and then there's the real stuff. And again, this damages reputations, and it's basically, once again, that lesson. If you're going to do something stupid, whether it be make these kinds of comments, do something to make an ass out of yourself, or embarrassing other people, or things like that, make sure there are no cameras present. I know that is extremely hard to do in this day and age where everybody's got a cell phone and every cell phone has a camera. Think about what you're going to do. That is dirt simple. The old saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. If you're going to, think before you speak, think before you act. And above all else, try to respect everyone around you. I know sometimes it's very hard because there are assholes everywhere. Being an asshole is not limited to any certain race, any certain religion, any certain sexual orientation, any political tendency. Every group has assholes. Like I said, Hogan is important to professional wrestling. His accomplishments are important, and no one can doubt that. So his place in the Hall of Fame, Again, I read an article about how it's like, yeah, go ahead and put him in the Hall of Fame, but don't have him on camera. Don't have him, do an on-camera role, things of that nature, which I can completely understand, because as far as the Hulk Hogan gimmick, it's nostalgia. And we know WWE lives on that shit. But there's comes a time where you're like, let the past be the past, and we need to move on. And in this situation, Hogan was a hero to a lot of people growing up in the 80s. I'm not saying he was ever my favorite wrestler. To be honest, he wasn't. I just never cared for him. but he was a hero to many people of every possible background you can think of. And to hear someone who was a hero to that many people say these words, it would hurt, because, this person, supposed to be representing America, real American. And, we already live in a climate where it just seems like a lot of forces are trying to divide the American people. At the end of the day, what you think of Hulk Hogan, you're more than welcome to it. If you are willing to forgive him, more power to you. If you are not, that is your opinion. But at the end of the day, we are all people just simply trying to make our way in the world. And trying to change a mindset, a way of thinking, is an extremely difficult thing. I cannot say that everyone will forgive Hulk Hogan, but if he's willing to make the change, that's good on him. It is so hard to change the way you think and change how you view the world around you. For someone to try to do that, that is a huge step. And it's a huge mountain to climb. That's going to do it for this episode of The Guido Goes Off. Once again, I thank you folks for watching. So what are your opinions? What do you think about Hogan being reinstated? What do you think about him trying to mend his ways? Let me know in the comment section below, and please talk to me via my social media. And as always, please, if you haven't followed or followed me on any of these social media platforms, please do so. If you've ever if you've visited the Facebook page, I appreciate that. But if you haven't, please check out the Facebook page. Give it a like. And as always, like this video, share it with everyone you know. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please join the few but faithful and hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'm the Guido, and I think we're done here.